Hey guys, so today we're filming a bit of a different video. I feel like I made it very clear multiple times. I am not a drama channel. I'm not going to cover the nitpicks of it all. I'm not going to cover every single situation. I've got so many ideas to do with YouTubers, but also to do with non-YouTubers. And if you guys don't want to see that, then I'm sorry. I'm hoping you guys are kind of okay with it, because you guys do want to see some makeup videos, so I guess I gotta make that happen at some point in time. But overall, I just don't want to do the same all the time, so we're gonna get into it. Today's video is about how toxic YouTube has become over the years, and I just feel like it's a good place to start with my slightly different content. I feel like the most toxic area of YouTube is opinions. I feel like people want to express their opinions and people want to hear other people's opinions, but when that happens, everyone complains. This has been seen with so many different people, including me. I've been on the receiving end of that. You want YouTubers to be honest, and then when they are, you get angry about it. And I just can't seem to wrap my head around how that in any way, shape or form makes sense. It's like with me, and I'm not talking about the people that watch my videos and support me. This is in no way aimed at those people. This is aimed at the people that click on a video that is called Zoella the Scammer and expect me to not expose her for being a scammer. It's almost like you got what you wanted. You clicked on a video that was called Zoella the Scammer and I told you how Zoella is a scammer. I did my part, so I'm very confused as to what your problem is. It's so toxic because everyone has the right to an opinion. You can hate me or dislike me or not like my opinion or disagree with me, and we can all just say that in a very civilized manner, but people don't. And I think that all stems from stan culture. People are so obsessed with strangers on the internet that they get blinded by that to the point where they can't think for themselves. So when someone shows them a bad side of their favorite YouTuber, they don't know how to handle it, so then they end up just spewing hate all over the comment section instead of just saying, I don't agree with you. Because here's the thing, I don't actually care about hate comments. I like to sit with my parents at home and make fun of them, like a lot. And that is me. A man is standing in front of my house just looking at me film a video. Yes, please walk away. Please. Left, right, left, right. You can buy a Zoella book if you don't know how to walk. But that's me. I know that a lot of people do take hate comments to heart because it's someone who doesn't know you but has a lot of disgusting things to say about you. I can imagine it really affecting someone's day-to-day life. With me, I don't care. The YouTube algorithm doesn't care if you watched my video and loved it or if you watched my video and hated it, because either way, a view is a view and it's worth the exact same amount. And that's how a lot of YouTubers do look at it. They look at it as whether I'm getting bad attention or good attention, I am still getting attention. And that leads me on to another point. I sometimes understand and can sympathize with YouTubers that do very questionable things. And that's gonna sound horrid when I give examples, but just try to keep an open mind to what I'm saying, because I am in no way, shape or form saying that what they did was right, but I'm saying I understand the mindset that they had while they were doing what they were doing. An example that I wanted to give is Logan Paul's suicide forest. It's like old news, but it's still a big part of YouTube. It's a big end to 2017 and a big start to 2018, and it was a big eye-opener when it comes to Logan Paul. And at the start, I was outraged. I was so angry because I was like, how dare you film someone who has just died? And I didn't necessarily consider why he did it. YouTube is very toxic in the effect that it has on you as a person. Our self-worth comes from views and engagement. That's the thesis. Like, if a video is doing really well, I'm having a good day. And even when you don't think you're doing it, you're definitely doing it. You're being affected by numbers, by statistics. And when Logan Paul did what he did, it was infuriating, but at the same time you kind of felt bad for him because he had such a explosive career. Like, he went from nothing to being huge on Vine to then jumping over and being even bigger on YouTube. And it's almost like he's trying to beat himself at this point. Like, the only competition to him is him. So he's always trying to one up himself because views, engagement, attention. So when he did what he did, it was probably because he just thought of it as the next big thing to do for his channel. Like, he had done everything. You know, these little numbers on the screen are what is probably the most important thing to you in the day. I wake up and I go to Twitter and I go to Instagram and I reply to comments on YouTube. That is why my road to irrelevancy has shooketh so many YouTubers to their core, even if they don't admit it, because numbers are such a crucial part on YouTube that I could literally be saying a valid point, which is your view to sub ratio isn't good. And to them, that is probably the worst thing you could say at that moment in time, because they know that their view to sub ratio isn't good and it's stressing them out. And I think Logan Paul's incident was probably the biggest eye-opener when it comes to what views and attention can do to you. Another channel that is actually somewhat related in a way, in like a controversial way. It's Trisha Paytas. Yeah, no, her name is definitely Paytas. Anyway, she makes a lot of videos where she makes her private life very public. Like, sis really puts everything on blast and everyone on blast. If you're in her life, whether that's privately or publicly, she'll make you public. Any relationship she's in, it's public, which I mean, fine, because it's her life, but also I don't know how much these people are agreeing to this, because then whenever they break up, she makes a whole video just slamming them, and it's like, they're not YouTubers, they didn't choose this life, and you're just kind of throwing it on them, which is toxic in itself. And it is very easy to lose friends that way and to lose people that are the closest to you, because if they don't have their own YouTube channels, it's because they don't want to be on YouTube. So for you to put them on blast and send your little minions over to attack them is toxic. It's almost a power move, because you know you've got something on them and they don't have that kind of power back. And that isn't even the most toxic part about her channel. It's the fact that she makes two very popular types of videos on her channel. One, she makes mukbangs, however you want to pronounce it. Don't correct me because I don't care. She makes those, and all is good and well because people make those a lot, but she has made videos prior to this where she said she's got a binge eating disorder, and then she goes out and buys food enough for 10 people and watches it in front of a crowd who are cheering her on as she does it. She's doing something so self-destructive and everyone's just hyping her up for it, because that's what people are there for. Like, that's kind of what Trisha Paytas is known for. That is what works on her channel. She will keep on doing it. So the more attention you give those videos, the more likely she is to do them. It goes back to that self-esteem, ego boost, unhealthy kind of like wanting attention thing. Every YouTuber that starts a YouTube channel does it for attention. There is not a single YouTuber out there that doesn't want attention, because you wouldn't post videos on a website to not get views on them. You're obviously doing it to get some kind of attention. The more attention you give those videos, the more likely she is to make them. And those are the most self-destructive videos that she makes, considering the fact that she has said that she's got a binge eating disorder. To then make those kind of videos and get the praise that she gets for them is just going to make her make more of those videos. So what we're doing is we're just allowing her to continue in her disorder because it gives her attention, and to her the attention is so much more important than her health. And this is where we get into why YouTube is so toxic nowadays, because people don't consider their physical or mental health as long as they're getting attention. But we can't seem to stop watching, and that's also the toxic part. We as a community love drama. We love when things go wrong. And yeah, some people could say your channel is just purely negative. I think my channel is purely my opinions, and if they so happen to be negative, that's fine. I think there's a difference between, oh, a man is looking at me with my setup, great, please off. But I think there is a difference between being just purely negative and voicing criticisms, and it's something that a lot of people confuse. There is a blurred line between negativity and criticisms, and I try to steer clear from being negative and just stick to criticisms. But if I throw in a joke or two, that is what is referred to as satire. I don't know if you guys can see tags on YouTube, but one of my tags in like 99% of my videos is satire, because I think that's what my jokes are. They are exaggerated negativity to poke fun at a situation. And a guy that I mentioned, Aris Eon, I'm not sure how toxic he is in person, because as I said in my last video, I don't like to voice my opinion about things that are not confirmed on the internet by the person specifically, or just very obvious things that are on the internet. But considering his situation with his open relationship, he seems very toxic on and off camera. But the way he is on camera is very attention seeking, let's be honest now. He says very controversial things, gets a lot of hate for it, but at the same time he's getting views. and attention, and it's the attention that he wants. He doesn't care if it's positive or negative, he just wants attention. I don't think people understand that, so they give him the attention that he doesn't deserve, and he continues to make controversial videos because it's what gets him attention. And people think that he will care if you make a hate video on him, if you leave him a hate comment, if he gets more dislikes than likes. He doesn't care, because at the end of the day, what you gave him is what he wanted, attention. And that's where they're saying any PR is good PR comes from, because it doesn't matter what people are saying about you as long as they're talking about you. And actually, my idea for this video came from a YouTuber leaving the platform, a pretty big YouTuber as well, Marzia. If anyone doesn't know who she is PewDiePie's girlfriend, but she's also just Marzia. She left the platform because it affected her in ways that she didn't want it to affect her, aka mentally. I feel like that speaks volumes about what YouTube can do to you if you are not made for YouTube. Not everyone is meant to be a YouTuber, and she's clearly meant to be a YouTuber in the entertainment side of things, because she clearly is doing really well was doing really well for herself on YouTube with subs and views. She was clearly really liked and very unproblematic, but YouTube wasn't for her in a health way. Her health wasn't benefiting from being a YouTuber, and at that point I think it's an amazing idea to just leave rather than doing what Trisha Paytas is doing and just sticking around and posting a mental breakdown every month. Those videos also get so much attention, they get turned into memes on Twitter, and people, you know, poke fun at it, or it's like a relatable thing, and that just means that she will do it more. And we're promoting mental breakdowns on the internet by giving her praise for those videos. So overall, in conclusion, what I'm saying is likes and subs are attention and acceptance and an ego boost, and once those subs and views start to drop, you get desperate, you try new things, and you sometimes cross boundaries that you weren't supposed to cross. And I'm saying that still relating it back to the Logan Paul situation. So when that whole diss track thing was happening, his channel was doing really well, getting about, you know, 10 million views a vlog, etc. And then they started dropping to kind of normal views, aka 3 to 4 million, and that obviously hurt because he was getting half as many views as he was getting before, even less. So that's when desperation kicked in. It was a fight or flight response in a way, and he did what he did, and it gave him attention. It was bad. He then pumped out a few more videos about it, said that he was sorry, and now he's got his YouTube Red show back and he's on Google Preferred again. At the end of the day, what he did was bad in that moment, but long term it was good for him. As bad as that sounds, he's got the attention, his channel is doing well, he's got his YouTube Red show, he's on Google Preferred again, so his CPM is sky high, and he's doing just fine. But now that hurdle wasn't a hurdle, it was a trampoline to boost him even further, because we as a community love those situations, not because they're good, but because we like drama and we like when people up. It's like when you're driving in a car and you see a car accident, you know you shouldn't be looking, but you can't look away. Tana Mongeau, really good example of that. She does so many bad things and she fucks up so much. The iDubbbz situation where he made a content cop on her, to her that wasn't bad. To her that was an opportunity, and she's still doing fine. She made TanaCon. That was bad, and she's still doing fine, because we as a community accept toxic behavior and we're okay with toxic behavior because it's entertaining. And this is my opinion. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything in the comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos every Wednesday and Sunday at around 8 PM. Follow me on all my socials, they'll be on screen right now or in the description down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.